Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol NVDA for NVIDIA Corp. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First things first, this is a stock that I watch very closely on an intraday basis. We also cover it every Sunday over on the main channel. So the chart's already marked up, right? You can clearly see that this was the most important area of support that we were watching. Obviously, that broke down on the Monday session, but on today's session, we interestingly enough opened on a gap down, supported at the 50 SMA, filled the gap overhead, but we are starting to resist ever so slightly at the back test of the support portion. So that puts into play a couple of things here for NVIDIA. We know that these people are now technically overhead supply, correct? The first place that they can look to get out for break even is if they have the best location, at least at the low end of the channel, right? So this area here at 287.50. So what we're watching for NVIDIA is, are we going to get a resistance off of the back test now of that area, 287.50, as we just mentioned? You could also think of it like this, right? Break, retest, roll over through the lows to then move lower into our next daily target at and around 250. Now, don't get me wrong, we do have some bullish things going on. As I mentioned, the hold of the daily 50 SMA, the filling of the gap, also respecting the top of the prior gap that's coming from in here. It's the yellow lines on the chart. So we have to look towards the 30-minute intraday session to see what else we can learn about the activity here and what we can potentially do about it going forward. Now, right now in the post market, it's not like we're very far off of the close. We're at 284 by 284.15, 283.90. It just changed. So literally right at this area, right around in here. It's not like we're dramatically gapping up or down as of right now. So what are we going to do? Well, certainly noting this area, we didn't quite make it there into the afternoon, right? This little bit of a rally, sure, it got us close, but not all the way there. So I am going to maintain that we need to see patience. And if the trade's going to be long, essentially, so not what we just talked about, but actually long, then it needs to get back up above 287.50. In that instance, we have a look below and fail. As we know, the target should be the resistance trend line and then the top of the range here, close to 333.45. That's the bull case scenario. And again, as of right now, there is some substantial work that needs to be done if that's going to happen. With anticipating that we're opening here, there's a couple of things we can watch out for. If we open up tomorrow and immediately put in a green candle that gets us back up and over that level right here, oops, let's try that again here, then fine. Look for some sort of bull flag to pan out, some sort of consolidation here, then looking for the moves higher. We know where these areas of resistance, which were prior support, are coming from, 298, and then the resistance trend line is the one that we'll be gunning for after that. That's if this turns into a look below and fail, which we just pointed out, right? Something that looks like this. Here are our targets. We don't need to hash that point any further. However, the point that I sort of made earlier in the video is that if this is going to be a back test, break, retest, and roll over here, then to be more conservative with your short entry, because don't forget overall that NVIDIA is just absolutely on fire here. You really need some clear violations for a short to be in play. It's got to resist here at that 287.50. So it's got to give us an inverted hammer, something with a longer upper wick indicating some selling pressure, or just a doji, right? Basically something that would make you question the strength of the buyers at and around this area, and then rolling back down under these lows puts this set of lows, 276, basically today's low, as well as the 50 SMA back in play, and then under there, that's really the trade in my estimation, if it's going to be short, that you should be watching out for the move into about 250. As of right now, it's kind of precariously propped up right against the back test of the bottom end of the range. So again, two scenarios to really watch out for. We're either going to poke back up above, do something like this, and then maybe it's off to the resistance trend line, or we're going to resist at this area here, roll back over, short would be underneath the lows for that move into 250, which we just discussed from the daily time frame. Now, one thing that's going to throw a wrench in this analysis here is the fact that tomorrow we will have an FOMC meeting, aka Jay Powell, on the microphone at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Technically, his press conference is 2:30, but we will get the meeting minutes at 2 o'clock, and that should throw some volatility in the marketplace. If you're looking at this stock tomorrow around 2 p.m., again, be prepared for some volatility. It could do something like this, could do something like this. It could also do both of those things, right? Usually in an FOMC announcement, we get an initial move and then a secondary move. Sometimes it's in the same direction, sometimes it's in the opposite direction. So just be prepared for volatility tomorrow at 2 p.m. All of that being said, we're going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it or learned anything new today, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description. And all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.